Hi there, my name's Jason Williams, and in this video I'm going to replace this tent as it's starting to get a bit old. I want something easier to use, being that I travel so often, move around, whether I'm working or on holiday, whatever it is I'm doing. I want something really quick, because sometimes I'll stop at like really late at night working or traveling, and I'll need to erect something much quicker. So I, at this point of recording, have no idea. Well, I've got a rough idea on what tent I'm putting up there, but I won't mention it because I might change my mind. But I'm going to take this off because I'm giving it to my brother and I'm going to set that up. But what I'm going to do is I've got a time-lapse camera set up over there, and I'm going to record the time on my phone, put the phone down, and set the tent up. How long does it take? I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to take my time and do it how I would normally do it. And I haven't prepped much apart from some steps and the guy rods there. All fairly basic, quite simple. And I'm just going to take my time, record how long does it take to set up, and then pack it away. Also, not at the same time. I'll stop and then I'll have a rest, and I'll get record it again and time it again and record, because it takes a bit longer to pack away than it does to set up. And I'm just going to think about the time it took and the effort required to set it up, so that it gives me a sort of a record that I can look back and go, you know what, I've done I've made quite a change. Because as anyone watching this might know, rooftop tents aren't overly cheap. They're quite expensive. And so I'm going to do this, record it, the time, do it again, I'll talk again, and then I'll record the time and the time-lapse camera and pack it away, and just sort of get a rough idea on what's going on. And let's see how we go with that. And so here is a very quick time-lapse of me undoing and setting this up. I had to speed the time-lapse up because it actually took quite a while. As you will see, this I'm going to now illustrate how long it actually took. Alright, so being that it was 9 minutes and 57 seconds, I'm hoping you can see that. I'm just trying to keep it square, but it doesn't matter. That's how long it took. And that's probably a little bit longer than I'd want it to. I mean, I know you can set them up in a couple of minutes, but I'm fairly familiar with this tent. I've used it a lot, and it still takes me that long if I'm taking my time. So I want something that's way quicker. And so what I'm going to do now is 9 minutes 57. I can reset that, and I'll start and record the pack up, and then I'll do the overview of that part, and then obviously in the next bit I'll have a new tent and I'll be putting it on. Don't know how long that'll take to happen, but anyway, I'll figure it. And it's a bit of energy, a bit of effort. I got a little bit puffed doing that. You can probably tell I'm a bit and 10 minutes of setting up. It's not overly hard, but I want something easier. Alright, so now I'm going to sit down, have a break, and then I'm going to do the pack up, and you'll see that now. And so as I begin here, it's packing it up and doing the worst part being this bag, but it took considerably longer to put this on and pack it away than it did to set it up. All right. So that's stopwatch. That's it. I've done it. It's packed away. As you can tell, I'm sweating and this is horrible. All right, 24 minutes and 4 seconds, and it was 9 minutes to set up. Stuff that's way too long, way too much energy. I did fight with the cover. The worst part about these type of tents is the cover. And I've had this since 2009. It's currently 2022. And that's I should show you there, I suppose, if you can see that, the 24, or what was it? Yeah, 24 minutes and 4 seconds, if you can see it. If not, too bad, I guess. But that's mental. Since 2009, I've had this tent, and I've had it on a range of different vehicles. Like I had it on my Hilux when I bought that new. I had it on the 80 at one point. I had it without the roof rack, and I had it on different frame, and anyway, a few different things. And that's about the third or fourth actual cover for the tent, and they're quite expensive. And as they get old, they get brittle and really hard to deal with. As you see, that's why that took so long. I can't wait to put on something that's really quick, because it's not so much of the time, but the energy and effort required to get that cover back on. That is a pain. You know, if you're doing that, like you've packed up in the morning, you finished a job, or you've finished whatever it is, camping, however I'm going, and if I've got to spend all that energy and then go for a drive, I'm like, I feel wrecked. Like I've already felt like I've already started a day's work. That's horrendous. All right. Now, the next bit is for me to put the new tent on, which is who knows what. I guess you'll find out when I find out, sort of. All right, let's do that. All right, so the tent, I've bought myself a tent, and it is a Darche rooftop tent. I didn't know what I was going to get, but eventually this is what it come down to, and it come with this. I've got this roof bar kit. I'm not sure if I'm actually supposed to have this, or if I even need it or anything. Either way, it's up there, and I'll just do a time lapse of fitting it and figuring out which way it's got to go. Just getting all the nitty and gritty down. But finally, rooftop tent, yes. And so I started pulling it out of the box, taking the cardboard off and the foam box over, realising it was the wrong way around. I had to painstakingly spin it around and pull the cardboard out from under it. Then I could mark the holes where they had to go and drill them out and mount it down. And this was all quite nice and easy. And so here it is installed. Not that, it was really, it was a little bit of a, you'll see in the time, or you would have seen in the time lapse, it was a little bit of rigmarole just moving it around, but it's firmed up, and I've got the ladder out. It's in a bag, a nice little ladder, and I've already had it open, and I've packed it with a doona, 2 pillows, a fitted sheet, and a top sheet. So there's enough room in there. Probably more, it was a bit more surprising than I thought. And I guess now I'm going to have to set it up. I assume I'll better time this, and I'm going to leave the sides up on the trailer so that you can see that I now can use this without dropping the sides. So when I'm traveling somewhere, me and my wife, and we get to a place like quite late, I want something that's super easy to set up, and so hopefully this is it. All right, so I'm going to time this. These are the bags that go on the end of it. They just sort of clip on here and here, and it's all fairly easy. So I'm going to time it, getting the bag out. Just let's see how quick and simple this is. I don't even know why I'm timing, but here goes. It's timing, and I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to do it as I would do it. Still getting used to it. This ladder's kind of cool. And I need all runs on this. Clips on there. That's on there. Get up. Ooh. That goes up. That goes around there. And so Put this little pole in. That took me a little bit. I fumbled around a little, but that's it. What's that? 2 minutes and 5 seconds. You can see that. Cool. That was set up. I guess the pack down's gonna be similar. I will reset it for that, and I'll stop for a second, make sure I'm sort of everything's okay. But that was how simple it was to set up. That was ridiculous on top of the old one. Not even really any effort apart from setting that pole in. I guess once I got a bit of a technique for that, I leave the sides down, I leave the top open, and I shuffle everything in there. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll take the camera up and I'll show you what it's like inside. Alright, so this is how I leave the sides zipped halfway down, part of the way down, and then folded in on itself. And you know, both sides. Leave the top open. That pole, this centre pole, is a little bit fiddly, but it's just a technique once I've figured that out. And as for the bedding, you know, you can see there's a couple of sheets, a big thick wool doona, and 2 thick pillows running parallel. And you know, keeping the blanket tucked in, like, because I fold the edges in. I saw that on someone else's YouTube video, so I've tried the same, and because the canvas will fold in, and it all seems to pack down and work. So I guess I'll probably do a pack. You know, what's there to mention? There's a LED strip with a USB plug down the bottom. It's all pretty straightforward. Nice pockets. One's got a clear screen so you can put an iPad in it, and we can sit here and watch it. Our heads will be up this end, as you could probably imagine. And yeah, all right, begin that. All right, so starting the timer again, and we're doing the pack up, and see how this goes. Just walk up in here. I assume disconnecting will be a bit easier. Yep. Oh yeah, heaps easier. And then this goes in and over. Seems a bit stiff, maybe just for the first times, a couple of times maybe, I think. Oh, I see. See, still trying to figure this out. I've got to push it past there. There we go. Still figuring it out. And tuck that in there, and all the air's escaping because I've got all the windows open. Tuck all its bits away. I assume the edges are stuck out a little bit. Yep, I can tuck them in from here by pulling tight on the corners. And Definitely got to be a little bit mindful when you do this. No doubt making this look much harder than it needs to be. And I guess I'll just go around and pop a little bit in, just where them tags are popping out, I suppose. Pretty simple, really. It's almost too easy. Tag, that tag. I think that's about it. And that's it. Now, apart from clicking the ladder down, I mean, I suppose I should do that. You know what I mean? Then I'll, strap that in there. Either way, I took my time in there. I'm still figuring it out. But either way, I mean, there's me messing around, and there's 3 minutes. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. If you can see that, I hope so. Either way, that's it. This is, well, that's going to really change everything. And it's a Darche Ridgeback Eco, whatever. Ecological. So maybe it does have the recycled bottles that make the canvas. I think that's what Eco is for, maybe. Eco. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. And about time I've got a new tent, right? I was sick of battling with that thing since about 2009. And thank you very much for watching, and I will aspire to see you in the next one.